I'm going to pop it into the manual setting here while I get blinded by the sun. So I just drove the new Rogue before this with a turbo. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the 2023 Nissan Murano SL. First and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Tim Daly Nissan here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this Murano. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions whatsoever, just ask for Jeff. And then if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a CVT automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 20 around town and then 28 on the highway, with power outputs being 260 horsepower and then 240 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the Murano. I love the paint on this particular one. It's this cool kind of like flat gray, and yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty unique on this car. Anyways, you guys can see here with the daytime running lights, which are super sharp, and then the LED headlights, which are very bright. As you can see, it's just completely messing with the camera. You got the fog lights down below, parking sensors here on the front end, and then we have the new Nissan logo with the camera there at the bottom of the logo, and then the Nissan smiley face finished in chrome, and then more chrome trim here at the bottom, and there's the front. Coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 235, 55, 20 in the front and also in the rear as well. And then you guys can see here with the design on the wheels, you've got the silver there on the top, and then it's kind of like darker below that. It's really cool. Nissan pretty much does this on like all their wheels, I feel like, at least on the higher end models. And then you guys can see the molding there for the fender flare, and then all along the side with the chrome trim. And then here's a quick look at the mirrors. Notice you've got the light integrated into it, which is pretty cool. Chrome on the door handles, and then also with the window trim. I know there's lots of chrome on this, but it's kind of what they do. But anyways, here is your full side view there with the Murano, and you guys can see it all kind of flows together. So here's our key fob. You got the Nissan logo there on the top. We have the remote start function, the lock, unlock, and then the opening here for the hatch. So we're gonna hold that down and it'll pop right open. Notice we got the cargo cover here at the top, and then you can see with the Murano floor mats, and then underneath got the spare tire. Flat loading floor though, by the way, if you guys are wondering. And other than that, I mean, it's one of the big benefits of the Murano is you have so much trunk space. When you're all done, just press that, and wait for it. There you go. Now let's finish things up with the rest of the rear. So you guys can see here how it's like black where the spoiler is, and then I guess the trim next to the spoiler. And then I love the taillights in the Murano. I think they look pretty cool. And then you got your regular badges here on the back, nothing too crazy. And I love how it has directions. It's like activations. Do not swing foot side to side. So I guess we have to just... Oh, it actually worked. Like half the time when I do that on cars, it doesn't work. So that's cool that it worked the first time. And you can press the button to stop it in the middle if you want. Parking sensors there at the bottom. You got the exhaust tips on either side. And there you go. So here's a door panel in the rear. You guys can see with the padding all over. And then notice the stitching that kind of goes around. And then I like this trim piece here too. That looks pretty cool. And then chrome for the handle itself. And then here are the seats in the rear. Notice perforated there in the center portion. Then again, the nice stitching, and overall they look pretty cool. I'll actually pop in here. Ooh, legroom, headroom, and these seats are really comfortable, by the way. Got these nice storage pockets, got some more storage space up top, heated seats, USBs. We've got some vents down below, and we have the almighty cup holder armrest. Let's head to the front. So here is the front door panel. You guys can see it's soft touch here at the top, and then I love this trim that goes across, and then notice with the padding and the stitching all throughout. All of our window controls, notice the front two are automatic. And just a quick look at the mirrors. We do have memory seats, and then here are the front seats. Notice again perforated in the center portion of the seat. And there's kind of a look at the seat itself. Power adjustments on the side. There's your pedal layout down below. We got this for the heated steering wheel control, stability control, opening up the hatch, and then that's for the safety tech. And let's pop in. Now here's the steering wheel for the Murano. You guys can see soft touch all around, and then we got some nice stitching there in the center portion. This does have adaptive cruise control, and then we got like our volume controls here, some controls for the center stack, phone controls, all the normal stuff. Turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock, and there you go. Now, would it really be a Ben Hardy video if we didn't have a low fuel warning? I mean, come on, it's like a part of the thing. But anyways, you guys can see we can scroll through a bunch of different menus here to see different things on the vehicle, for example, or, you know, compass. Like, there's so many random little things there in the center. And aside from that, there you go. Now here's the infotainment screen. First off, we're going to pop it into reverse. We do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Notice we got that bird's eye view as well. And then pop it back into park. First off, you've got a bunch of like shortcut buttons all around the screen, which I appreciate, so that like I can just quickly go into different menus. Now, this obviously isn't Nissan's newest unit. I will say though, response time is still pretty good. It's not as good as their newer infotainment screen though. So yeah, that is something that definitely dates us a little bit compared to the newer product that Nissan has released. But other than that, that's the screen. One last thing, camera also, so you can like change the camera views. Now we've got our climate controls down below, dual zone climate system, which we're actually going to turn that down, and then you can see with the little charging area here, and then our stop start button, and then shifter for that CVT automatic, and I guess it does technically have a quote unquote manual mode. Heated seat controls, and then we got some cup holder storage space and then regular storage space. And then here's the center console. Ooh. Pretty nice. And then you guys can see here with the nice padding and stitching there on the top. Pretty normal glove box. And last but not least, we got like a sunglass holder here at the top, and then lighter colored headliner. So here's our window sticker for this Murano, and you guys can see almost everything is standard equipment. That's something that's cool about Nissans. Base MSRP is $42,860. There are some options added to this. I guess this is a premium paint color, but $300 for, or $400 rather, for a premium paint color, not too bad. $46,040 is the total MSRP, and let's see how it scoots. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, and I like the padding here on the dash. It's nice. Both the mirrors, and throughout the rest of the rear, and let's set off. So, setting off in the Murano, and this is gonna be a little bit of a shorter drive today. So, if you guys don't know, just because of how crazy my schedule is, sometimes I come and film at dealerships right before, like, you know, close to closing, and so they don't always have time to fuel up cars and everything like that. And so, yeah, we are just going to, oh my gosh, the sun is right in my eyes, but we're just gonna risk it for the biscuit and hope that we don't run out of gas. But let's talk about the Murano. First off, suspension's nice and comfortable, that is for sure. We're gonna get our acceleration right away. Pretty decent. You definitely can feel that it's a CVT, that's for sure. I actually want to pop it into the manual setting here while I get blinded by the sun. So I just drove the new Rogue before this with a turbo 3-cylinder, and I will say that the CVT in that's definitely more responsive than this. This is smooth, and I'm guessing that the reason they made it so this was so smooth was because the people that purchased this, right, it's typically a slightly older demographic, and you know, they just want smooth, calm, all that kind of stuff, so it makes sense. Going over the bumps, it's nice. Always gotta have the tripod full sometime in a video. I'm gonna go over this bump as well, a little bit higher speed. Bloop. Yeah, pretty dang solid, that is for sure. So I know a shorter drive, but I've also driven plenty of Murano, so I don't need to like do a huge drive in this. Exterior I think looks great. I like the interior on this SL package. You get a lot of the luxury features. You aren't paying like a huge premium. It doesn't have a sunroof. I just reviewed an SL Rogue, and that has a sunroof, so it's kind of interesting like how the SL is different within different models, which is kind of, yeah, and I think it's different. That was different too many times in a row. Aside from that, this is just my personal opinion. I think that Nissan needs to just take the powertrain that's in the Pathfinder with the 9-speed automatic. I know that also has a 3.5 liter V6, but like the tune that has where it's, you know, closer to like 300 horsepower, and throw that in this. Like, seriously, I mean, it's crazy. Like the Pathfinder, it does not survive on Nissan's lot. Like, what I mean by that is, if a Nissan dealer gets a new Pathfinder, gone instantly. But Muranos, they tend to sit in the lot. And so I think that if this had a 9-speed automatic and had a little bit more power, it doesn't need a lot more, just a little bit more, people would go crazy over this because it's a really good value for what you're getting. It's just the powertrain, like, it's not bad. It's just that Nissan has a better powertrain, and that is the better powertrain. Let me know what you guys think about the Murano. That's gonna sum things up with our video on this 2023 Nissan Murano. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Tim Daly Nissan here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this Murano. Check out the link in the description down below. Ask for Jeff if you have any questions. I'll see ya.